What's up, guys? This is Storm, and I hope everybody having an amazing Sunday morning and wishing all the mothers in the world a happy Mother's Day. This is episode 17 of the Gaming News Week, so without delay, let's get on with the news. This news came out of nowhere, but a lot of people expect it to happen at some point. PlayStation has tweeted that Gears of War Reloaded is coming to the PS5 on August 26th, remastered from the ground up with the Rev Up Your Lancers. So, this just goes into play that Microsoft is basically a third-party publisher at this point, because we had Horizon 5 came out last month, I believe. Now we're getting the remaster of the first Gears of War game. There was like a rumor going around. Originally it was going to be all three Gears going to be remastered as a trilogy in one box. But it turns out that's not the case. This one is going to be the first game being remastered. And a lot of different information came out about it. It's a remaster from the ground up. Includes multiplayer, 2-player campaign co-op up to 4K 120 FPS, cross-play and cross-progression across all platforms. And this is a good thing for Xbox fans who have Gears on their platform before it got remastered. It said Xbox fans who own the digital version of Gears of War Ultimate Edition receive a free upgrade to Gears of War Reloaded. Launch on August 26th on PS5, Xbox, and PC, and it will cost $40, which is very surprising, in my opinion, because after that whole news thing that Microsoft games and stuff is going to go up in price. Well, they did say certain games will go up in price, and I kind of expected this to be like $70, but the fact they're charging $40, I say that's a deal that you can't argue with, honestly. And it will also be available day one on Game Pass Ultimate, not just regular Game Pass. You need Game Pass Ultimate, and you'll get it day one. So, what does this mean for me? Somebody who never really played Gears of War before. To be honest, I have seen people speak highly of the original Gears game, not really much for 4 and 5. But I am willing to give this a try. Like, it definitely does look interesting on the gameplay, and people really love the characters. So, and now people are speculating that them doing this, it will, basically kind of sounds like Gears of War E-Day, which is a prequel to the Gears of War franchise that supposed to show how this whole situation started. Now people believe like Microsoft is doing this because that's going to be day one on PlayStation when it comes out, and it's supposed to basically help PlayStation users get caught up in the story, because potentially this could mean that the first one getting remastered, then they're gonna remaster the second one, the third one, and keep going on from there until eventually all the Gears of War games come out on PlayStation, and start doing like, if they ever do future Gears in the future, it will be launching day one on the PlayStation platform. So, money wise, it is a good business sense to get more users on Gears of War, because I've seen a lot of people say when it comes to Gears multiplayer, it dies pretty fast, because even though it's on PC gamers don't really play the Gears of War multiplayer for long, so it just basically just Xbox users. So with the whole crossplay and cross progression that they're gonna be having, it could definitely rejuvenate the Gears of War multiplayer, and probably sell the differences of can PlayStation users beat Xbox users at their own game? That definitely will be funny to see. I'm kind of curious how will that play out. Rockstar has shocked the world by randomly just dropping a brand new trailer for their upcoming GTA 6. If you haven't heard, GTA 6 was originally going to come out this year, but it got delayed to May 26th of next year, which a lot of fans were disappointed because Rockstar was saying that they felt confident that they could reach that deadline, but thanks to Jason Schreier, a known journalist, who has spoken with some of the dev team, and even they believe that they wouldn't even make the 2025 release. And the head people at Rockstar have said the reason why for this delay, just so they could have more time to finish the game, and they did not want to have to use crunch on their developers on making the game, which a lot of people could commend. And thanks to the GTA 6 second trailer, which has over 425 million views already, it renewed the hype and people are excited to wait. They put out the new trailer that was surprisingly captured on the base PS5, not the PS5 Pro, just base PS5, which a lot of people now believe that PlayStation now have the marketing rights for GTA 6, because if the game was captured on the PS5 and the trailer did show off like some type of PS5 console and controller, possibly PlayStation do have the marketing rights to GTA 6. But overall, the trailer looks absolutely stunning. You can definitely see the improvements of the graphics of the game and the character models compared to the first trailer. And they did say this trailer is a mix of gameplay and cutscene, which Rockstar had to come out to make a statement on it, because a lot of people believe that the trailer was just all cutscenes and they didn't believe that the gameplay will look anything like it. Surprisingly, they're confident saying, yeah, it is. But there's also been another misconception when it comes to GTA 6 development. A lot of people believe that the game was in development since 2012, after the release of GTA 5, which is not true at all, because a former developer who used to work at Rockstar has said that technically GTA 6 was in development in 2018 after the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, which made a lot of sense, because that'd be crazy if GTA 6 was in development after GTA 5, which didn't really make sense when you really think about it. And a lot of people really jumped to that conclusion that was the case, which for some reason a lot of people forget that, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out around that time in 2018, before GTA 6 was even thought about. Yeah, GTA 6 was was a thought, like, yeah, we're gonna do it, but of course the whole team was focused on Red Dead Redemption 2. But hopefully that will fix up any of the misinformation that people believe on the development of GTA 6. But let's get on with the trailer, and we're gonna talk about it. The trailer was immaculate, and Rockstar have updated their website that gave us a lot more information about GTA 6. They put Vice City, USA. Jason and Louisa have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida. forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So it definitely feels definitely like a Bonnie and Clyde. And thanks to the GTA 6 website, we have some information on some of the characters. Our first protagonist we have is Jason Duval. Jason wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks after a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens. He found himself in the Keys doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners. It might be time to try something new. Which does confirm a lot of people's speculation going off from the trailer, seeing some of Jason's tattoos that he has kind of make you believe he was in some type of army group. And he is one of our first protagonists we meet. Now we meet our second protagonist. Our next protagonist is Lucia Caminos. Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. Life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in a Luanda penitentiary. Sheer luck got her out. Lucia learned her lesson. Only smart moves from here. So I am very curious to dive into these characters' background story. Okay, I kind of feel like for Lucia, she did something for her family and they got her in trouble for it, and it looked like her family kind of turned her back on her, even though she did everything that she could for them. And for Jason, it looked like he was sick of what the military was doing, and there could be some shady business going on there also. And going off from the trailer, it definitely does feel like a Bonnie and Clyde situation, which some people believe how the ending of this game will go. Either both will die, one will betray the other, or they live a happily ever after in the end. I am kind of curious how will that play out. And it's really amazing that we got to see it run on a base PS5. Now, it have everybody curious what it will look like on a PS5 Pro, but I have a feeling we probably won't see anything for that. Well, on May 15, Rockstar have a meeting call, so I guess we'll find out what's their plan for GTA 6 during that meeting call. And I am a little bit nervous because people are going off the track record when it comes to Rockstar because they're known to delay stuff. So some people say like don't get too excited about the May release date because it could easily be delayed into later of next year. Also, going off the track record, what happened with Red Dead Redemption 2, which does hold merit in that kind of situation. But of course, we just gotta wait and see. And thanks to the Rockstar website, we got some new images of the different areas we get to explore, which are amazing. And they even put out like some locations that some people managed to catch in the GTA 6 and from the website. Some of the map locations are Vice City, Lenoda Keys, Port Selhorn, Ambrosia, Grassroots, Mount Calaga National Park, and some activities that are technically not confirmed that you'll be able to do. So we just gotta wait for a confirmation on that. Some of the activities that was shown in the GTA 6 trailer was workout, MMA fighting, fishing, pool, mini golf, scuba diving, basketball, hunting, dirt bike racing, kayaking, clubbing, watching TV, playing video games. For the workout, I'm kind of hoping they do bring that back because that was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and it was a really good way to, like, depending how you do your character, working out, overeating, it would change his body size. MMA fighting, we saw Lucia was in some type of cage fight. I'm kind of hoping they added that. Fishing, yeah, pool could be cool for the online portion. Scuba diving, yeah, cool. Basketball, hunting, all that cool. Clubbing, that's definitely a confirmed thing that's most likely going to be in GTA 6, which will be surprising if that's not the case because we already see how many people saying they are immediately going to go into the club, so no, that's not surprising. Watching TV, they had it in GTA 5, so it'll make sense for it to be in GTA 6. Play video games to what scale of video games will be able to play? Like, is it like arcade games, like those prize claw games? Of course, we just gotta wait to see what they have in store for us. And honestly, I'm gonna get kind of excited because I played GTA 5. The story wasn't that much interesting to me, but I am kind of curious how the. I am looking forward to the story and the improvements of GTA Online, and hopefully, we could run them back again with my crew. But like I said, we just gotta wait and see. On the same time of the GTA 2 trailer reveal, Bungie had a surprising live stream event that showcased the future of Destiny 2 with the new content and new story that's going to be coming later this year, going into next year. And he put out this roadmap calling it the Year of the Prophecy. And this is what the roadmap looks like. And you can see from this roadmap, Bungie is planning to drop 2 expansions a year. The first one comes out July 15th, the next one comes out December 2nd. The first one that's coming out is called The Edge of Fate, which have to do with the 9. It's called Caesar Reclamation, and you'll be getting major updates for all available players, reward paths, all that good stuff. And on September 9th is a major update. It's called Ash and Iron. And the next one after that, when the next expansion drop on December 2nd, is called Renegades. Bungie plan to do another big event in September to go over this expansion. And the season of it is called Lawless, which they show off a teaser for this expansion, which is a first time ever Bungie. It's like a Star Wars focused type of season. It's not like we gonna see Star Wars characters in Destiny. It just, the expansion is gonna be a Star Wars, I guess, theme in a way, but it's still its own original story. Will it be canon to the overall Destiny lore? We just gotta wait and see. But a lot of people were very surprised about it, especially at the end of the teaser. It did show Lucas Games. It looked like they're gonna be helping them along the way, and it showed a guardian wielding a lightsaber, which is, in my opinion, very cool. And when that expansion drop, you will get the major update called Shadow and Order on March 3rd. And they did show off the standard pre-order for the first expansion, The Edge of Fate, which is, I believe it was like $40 or something like that. I could be wrong. And they also had the Ultimate Edition that when you pre-order, you get both expansions and all the goodies that come with it. And these are the set goodies. The extra goodies that you get for pre-ordering the Ultimate Edition, you get the Edge of Fate Renegades, an exotic sniper rifle that I believe was in Destiny D1, so it is making a return, which is nice. For Warlocks, you get a armor of Kylo Ren. Titans, you get the Sith Lord himself, Darth Vader. And for Hunters, you get the one of the coolest villains in the Star Wars franchise in the animated version, so not so much in the live action movie, General Grievous. And you also get like a ghost shell, it's look like some type of emo, and emblem, which is all good and whatnot. So if you're a Destiny veteran who's looking for a reason to come back to Destiny, or you could be a brand new player, what they showed from the stream that I watched, Loki, it does kind of feels like a breath of fresh air or something that it was definitely needed for Destiny. Honestly, I did like what they showed off and stuff. So, even though there's been multiple times I'm like, I suffer from the Destiny fatigue, but since it's been so long I've been in Destiny, like I believe like I'm like the fatigue finally wore off for me, so I don't have no problem getting back into it again. So with that being said, you might catch me in the next expansion when it comes out and playing through Destiny again, because I've been needing a first person shooter game to play, and I always enjoy my time playing Destiny. So like I'm coming back in and my Titan is coming right out of retirement. PlayStation has announced they got a brand new studio which was part of Bungie, and they go by Team LFG. And this is what they said in their blog post. Hello world, it is a delightful to meet you, and we're very grateful to be joining PlayStation Studios. Our studio is headquartered in Bellevue, WA, with team members working on both on-site and remotely throughout the US and Canada. We are a team composed of not just industry veterans who have shipped titles like Destiny, Halo, League of Legends, Fortnite, Roblox, and Rec Room, but also industry newcomers with fresh creative perspectives and skills. We are passionate about exceptional action-based gameplay, moment-to-moment game feel, and richly social virtual worlds. The LFG and Team LFG stands for Looking for Group. We are driven by mission to create games where players can find friendship, community, and belong. We want our players to feel excited when they log on to discover their teammates already hanging out online. We want players to recognize familiar names and to make myths and memes out of each other. We want our players to love remembering that one time when they pull out that play that changed the whole story of the match. As we say on the team, that's the good stuff. We will make immersive multiplayer worlds propelled by action games that players can learn, play, and master for countless hours. We want to build our games with our communities, inviting players to be part of our development process throughout early access playtests. It's critical that we stay nimble enough to react to player feedback, not just in our lead up to launch, but throughout live service, that we continue to grow the game and community for years to come. Our first game is a team-based action game that draws inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBA, life sims, and frog-type games. Players will inhabit a lighthearted comedic world set in a brand new mythic science fantasy universe. We can't wait to reveal more. Till then, we'll do our best. Thanks for reading. Team LFG. Okay, so this team that they have is going to be focusing on, basically, it's a multiplayer focused studio, which they're going to take inspiration from action games and from others like MOBA, platformers, fighting games, and all that jazz. Alright, cool. And they said they already had their first game already. Is a team-based game, team-based action game that draws inspiration from fighting games and stuff like that. is going to be a brand new mythic science fantasy universe. So, to be honest, I believe, of course, we don't know for sure how good this team is until we get to see what their first game is. But honestly, I think going about it this way is better than what Sony tried to do. Like, when it came to the Blue Point and Bend Studios, they were trying to take a studio that's known for making single player games and have them try to do multiplayer games. Same thing like how they did with Naughty Dog. And the whole Insomniac into the that Spider-Man multiplayer game that they even tried to do, which ended up being canceled and a whole bunch of stuff. So if they're getting studios that are known to make multiplayer games, I think that's way better than trying to make a studio that mostly only made single player games and try to make them into multiplayer. And don't get me wrong, we have like Sony Studios first party that made multiplayer games, like the whole thing with Naughty Dog and Last of Us and Uncharted with their multiplayer game. Sucker Punch with Ghost of Tsushima Legends, making a PvE multiplayer type game that you play with friends and stuff. Like, that's all cool and stuff. But the whole shift of trying to make like longevity with multiplayer games, like doing the whole live service stuff, Naughty Dog even said in their blog when they canceled when they canceled Faction 2, that if they would continue trying to make it, they would have been literally forced to be a game as a service studio instead of a single player studio, which they're not known for. So they wanted to stay as the single player story driven studio. They wanted to stay as that, which I'm all for, honestly, and stuff. So PlayStation doing like this, I'm honestly fine with it. Granted, I can't say for sure if I'm gonna like their game if I don't see it. So any opinion I have for the studio will remain on hold until I get to see what's the game that they're making and how it is and stuff. So hopefully they can knock it out of the park, and hopefully this could rectify all the bad press with, because I agree with everybody. Sony definitely did jump the gun with the whole live service. So they definitely jumped the gun. They wanted to ride the wave of it, but they had no experience with it. So hopefully with this, they're trying to rectify it. Take it slowly, because after Helldivers 2 was a big hit, they just jumped in head first, which was a bad mistake. They should have taken their time and stuff. Okay, just because you hit it out of park once doesn't mean you're gonna be doing it back to back. So with that being said, I look forward to see what the studio have in store for us. Mafia: The Old Country had a really good gameplay overview trailer that gave us some new details for the game, and a new statement came out for it. And this is what they had to say: "We think there's a large audience, compelling story that don't require massive time of commitment," said 2K President David Ismail. "We are excited to offer a game like Mafia: The Old Country in our portfolio and to provide a linear, high-polished narrative experience that can easily complement the other more persistent games our players also love and engage with on a more consistent basis." So he basically saying Mafia the Old Country is not an open world game, it's more linear, which is very good because I believe a lot of people in the gaming community is like a little bit fatigued on open world games. I know I definitely was for a little bit after playing Assassin's Creed Shadows and stuff, so I'm in no rush to play another open world game anytime soon. They said Mafia the Old Country will offer two editions, Standard Edition and Deluxe Edition. Both editions are available to pre-order today and will release worldwide on August 8th. So we got the confirmation of the release date for Mafia the Old Country, which is August 8th. Man, August is really popping off with a lot of video games. The Standard Edition includes the full base game. It will be available for $50 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. The Deluxe Edition let players descend into Sicily criminal underworld in true Cosa Nostra style with a variety of bonus items that will be available for $60 on PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. This edition includes a Pedron pack featuring Lupara special shotgun, Vendetti special pistol, Immortel charm, Perdino outfit, Cetelio special knife, Echarta special limousine, and Cosmeo horse and accessory. Additionally, it offers a Gato Nero pack with a Podero Nero pistol, Valsida charm, Gato Nero racing outfit, and Corzella Nero race car. Plus, digital bonus materials include the original score and digital art book, full concept art, and developer notes. So you get a lot of stuff for the deluxe edition that costs $60. Honestly surprised. I kind of thought Mafia the Old Country was gonna be $70, which wouldn't be anything new. But it was like the amount of cost for the development of the game. I guess the cost, they didn't feel like it needed the $70 price tag. So, which is nice. I'm definitely gonna look into Mafia the Old Country, definitely. Not because it's a cheaper price, it's just what I saw. It does look pretty fun to play, so I can't wait for that. Pre-order the Mafia the Old Country Standard Deluxe Edition. Yeah, I already said it. Drawing upon 22 years of experience creating Mafia brutal and immersive worlds, the franchise veterans at Hangar 13 are now crafting Mafia the Old Country, an origin story for the acclaimed series first established in 2002 with the launch of the landmark game Mafia. The franchise has sold in more than 30 million copies across consoles and PC. I'm definitely excited to play Mafia the Old Country. It comes out August 8th. Since it's not open world, it shouldn't take that long for me to beat it because I do have another game I'm looking forward to that coming out in August. So hopefully everything goes as planned, no delay in the future, knock on wood. So I'm definitely excited to try out Mafia the Old Country. I have tried to play like some of Mafia games. Like I tried Mafia 3. It was cool. It just, unfortunately, it just got boring to me at some point. I just it's cool, but it just didn't keep my interest. I wonder because it was like I was playing so many open world games during that time. It just like, is either I was already tired of open world or I just couldn't really get into the story. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick up Mafia the Old Country, and that is gonna be a day one play for me. We're gonna end off this video with Death Stranding 2. Previews for Death Stranding 2 are coming out. A lot of journalists got hands-on experience with it, and Kojima let them play for 30 hours of playtime, which is very surprising because I don't think I ever heard previews get like 30 hours of gameplay to experience. Like usually we get like, they probably say like 5 to 10 out. Like at most I ever heard was like they play for like 5 hours or something like that, or they play for probably less time than that. But a whole 30 hours, Kojima was definitely confident in that. And what I'm seeing from the previews, a lot of people are excited for it. They definitely basically went over all the complaints from the first game, like not enough combat or all this, that, and third. And they went into more detail with Death Stranding 2. Overall improvement, basically even bigger than in the first game. They even talked about some new details for it, which I'm excited to hear because I'm currently going through Death Stranding 1, and the story for Death Stranding 2 got me very curious how it is. But this is what some of the hands-on people who got to play Death Stranding 2 are saying. They said, Press got to play a whopping 30 hours of the game. That is around 40% of the story, says Kojima. Tighter, pacier, more dynamic, more gripping than the first game. 4 difficulty settings: story, casual, normal, and brutal. Played on base PS5. Impressive photorealistic graphics that draw you in right away. Hugely increased level of detail. The fact they says this is the base PS5 they were playing on, not even the Pro. So I'm curious how the Pro is gonna be looking, because that's astounding. Like it gets me more. You know what this tells me? If you're not a fan of Death Stranding, but the fact that what Kojima have done with the with freaking damn, what's the name of the studio? Guerrilla Games. There we go. I don't know why I was drawing blank with them. What Kojima have done with Guerrilla Games engine, the Decima engine, you have to give it praise because he going full extent with that engine and is being updated even more. Because if you look at when Horizon Zero Dawn first came out and look at Forbidden West, you definitely could tell there's a huge difference between the two games. And when the Burning Shore came out and stuff, you know, if you haven't played it, play Forbidden West, get the DLC, The Burning Shore, and play that final boss battle in that game. It is like the detail of that fight was astounding. So that gets me even more hyped how Horizon 3 is going to be looking when that eventually comes out, because that Decima engine doing wonders. And I strongly believe that Decima engine is doing better work than some games that were released on Unreal Engine 5. Like, especially when it comes to open world games, like Unreal, what I seen from Unreal Engine 5, the resolution of games be low and the frame rate takes a big hit because they're doing all this with ray tracing and stuff like that. Like, Unreal Engine 5 could bring games to their knees when it comes to the frame rate. But the fact that the Decima engine, you could get a good quality image and get a 60 FPS, like, what more can you ask for, in my opinion? But continue on. Fantastically surreal boss fights takes place 11 months after the first game, with Sam living with his daughter Lou in a remote area in Mexico. Nice. After connecting America to the the Churro network, deliveries are now automated by AI. Okay. His peaceful life is disrupted by the return of Fragile, now running the company Drawbridge, who sends Sam on a mission to connect Mexico to the network and then to Australia. Pacing is improved over the first game, swiftly gets players into gameplay. Corpus in-game glossary similar to the Final Fantasy 16 that can be open at any time, included mid-cutscene to recap and explain plot points, characters, places, etc. I did like that when they had that for Final Fantasy 16. When certain stuff happened, you could look at this glossary that gives you like details of characters, like their bio, like what currently happened to the story, how it connects, this, that, and third. I'm kind of happy they did add that into this. Let's see. Expanding gameplay system was a major focus. World feels more dynamic and diverse with more opportunities for player expression. Still focus on taking cross-country delivery jobs through hostile landscapes, but much more evolved, like going from Metal Gear Solid 1 to Metal Gear Solid 2. Okay. More streamlined menus, clear info on your objective, equipment, routes, less frustration, and traversal. Combat now plays a greater role. Kojima added more options because so many people all over the world were asking him to make another Metal Gear. Sam now has a contend with extreme weather conditions. Sandstorms can topple you over, intense rain leads to floods, earthquakes shake the ground, avalanche can come crashing down. Which we did saw some of this from their 11-minute trailer that they had like a while back ago, which was really nice. There was like a whole like a firestorm and stuff like that. The whole area was just burning. We saw avalanche, we saw going through sandstorms, we saw flash floods. All that was nice. Tons of environmental diversity, barren mountains, white sandy deserts, lush jungles, cities, etc. make the first feel static by comparison. Once again, we did saw this from the first trailer, which is nice. Time of day, sunlight, nighttime can impact the temperature of your precious cargo. Alright, so now we're getting like a day and night psychodynamic, which could change the overall experience depending on what are you going to be dealing with during that time of day. Asynchronous online connectivity expand with more structures like zip lines that now curve, safe houses for checkpoints, ramps that can shoot Sam across the air like Sonic. You can level up your abilities through use like stamina, proficiency with weapons, skill tree buffs like better stealth that gives improved noise cancellation, and enemy alerts. Likewise, more time in combat unlocks better ammo, scanner range, etc. Nice. You can customize your backpack with lots of attachments like extra ammo pouches, shields, and more. You can also customize vehicles like adding an arm to a truck that will automatically grab lost packages, machine guns to auto shoot enemies. Oh my god. Lots of new options to encourage experimenting your approach, like finding extra tools like powerful gloves that let you punch mechs in the face, or an otter hat to float in the water. Significant number of side quests with meaningful rewards, special weapons, schematics, narrative payoffs, skill points to unlock footstep dampers, aim assist, vehicle recharger, etc. Damn, a lot of info. Combat is vastly expanded and improved in many ways. Feel like Metal Gear Solid 6. Bold claim. Bold claim. And I bet a lot of people will be like, I'll test it. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to test this out. Mexico and Australia are filled with enemy base to infiltrate, rip for silent takedowns or gunfights that feel punchy. There are new human enemies forces such as bandits and armed survivalists. You can wear different camo types to blend in and throw out small puppet dollmen into the air to scout out enemies. Ooh, nice. You can now put down Sans backpack to allow for more agile movement. Lots of weapons options from pistols to assault rifle to shotguns to sniper rifle, grenade launchers, blood boomerang, the rope firing bowler gun, and more. What the hell is a blood boomerang? I wonder, is that a thing in the first game? Yo, that low-key kind of sounds fire. Battle against BTs are much more engaging with new enemy types that can also physically see them, not just sense them. So playing stealth, it won't be a factor when it comes to that. You have to go all out against them. Nice. You can unlock a music player in the game that lets you play a playlist or tracks you collect at your choosing. Ooh, nice. Kind of hope they give the option that you could put your own music, but I kind of doubt that for copyright reasons. But man, if I could play my own music from my phone while I'm playing this Stranding 2, oh, that would be nice. You can check more details on the preview from IGN and some other outlets. But overall, are you excited for Death Stranding 2, seeing what people are saying from the previews and what you see from the new gameplay? I haven't looked at any of the previews because I wanted to go into Death Stranding 2 blind. But overall, I'm liking what I'm hearing. Like, the fact it's basically a complete overhaul from the first game, what people was talking about, which... Granted, I'm not that far into Death Stranding. Like, me trying to sneak around these BTs low-key got me scared. As soon as I see my things start going crazy, like yo, there's something nearby, I'm just like, oh, please don't let it see me. Because I don't have no weapons, so I can't defend myself. I can only run for my life. So I definitely can't wait to try out Death Stranding 2. Hopefully I could get it. It comes out in July, so hopefully I could get Death Stranding 1 done before the game comes out, but we'll just see. But overall, what do you guys think? Are you excited for... Well, I shouldn't really be actually if you're excited for GTA 6. Everybody on this damn planet is excited for that game. But are you looking forward to Death Stranding 2? Is this something that you're going to pick up? Are you excited for the future of basically of Take-Two when it comes to Mafia and their future project when it comes to GTA 6? And are you excited for the games that are coming out later this year? Because we got a lot of them coming out. August alone is pretty packed. And are you going to be looking forward to the new game that this new PlayStation studio has cooking in the oven? Let me know in the comments below. And once again, this is Storm. All you guys have an amazing day. And don't forget to go and hug your moms. Tell them how special they are. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.